friends, my name is Joss and welcome back to Squibbles Reads. Today what I'm going to be doing is the Fall Time Cozy Book Tag, which was started by Novels and Nonsense here on YouTube, and I will link her channel down below. Let's get started. The first question is, Crunching Leaves, the world is full of color. Choose a book that has reds, oranges, and yellows on the cover. For this question, I chose Remember Me by Sophie Kinsella. It is actually one of my favorite books in the whole world. It is definitely my favorite Sophie Kinsella book. And on the cover, the background is red. There is a yellow sunflower on the cover, and it's just so happy, and it really ties into the theme of the book. The second question is Cozy Sweater. It's finally cold enough to don warm, fuzzy clothing. What book gives you the warm fuzzies? And for this question, I chose Firefly Lane by Kristin. Firefly Lane is actually one of the first books that gave me really deep feels. It is about a friendship between Tully and Kate, who have known each other since they were really little, and it actually follows them throughout their whole lives. After I read this book, I texted my best friend, who I've known for now over 10 years, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I love you. You really need to go and read this book. It made me really love and cherish my friends, and really made me rethink about my friendships. The third question is Fall Storm. The wind is howling and the rain is pounding. Choose a book or genre that you like to curl up with on a stormy day. And for this question, I chose Blankets by Thompson. Blankets is my favorite graphic novel in the whole world. It is a huge frickin' book. Like, it is this big. It costs at least $30 at the bookstore. But I went to a library and they had it in their book sale section, and it was only like $5 or something. So it was such a great deal. I'm so happy that I got it at that price. And Blankets is basically a coming-of-age autobiography of Thompson. It's just like a big gargantuan book. I remember curling up with it with a cup of tea underneath my blanket, and it was really super cold. It's even called Blankets. Blankets give me the warm fuzzies. Oh my gosh. It's just so good. And the next question is Cool Crisp Air. Who is the coolest character that you want to trade places with? For this question, I actually picked two characters. The first character is Millard Nullings from Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children and that series. He is the invisible boy. So basically he gets to like walk around naked, because if he wears clothes, people can see him. Number one, I don't like clothes. And number two, I want to walk around without people seeing me. I want to be invisible. I want to like creep on people. That'd be so fantastic. Not in like a weird stalker way, but... And my second character that I would want to trade places with, not necessarily trade places with, because I don't think I would do very well in her world, but I picked Tris Pryor from the Divergent series by Veronica Roth. She is dauntless, so she is fearless. She really pushes herself to the edge. However, she is also abnegation, which is, you know, really strong family ties and really loyal to her family and, you know, a little bit more subdued. So she is really a multi-dimensional character, but I'm not the most fearless person, and I appreciate that she can have both of those things. So I would trade her for her personality, not necessarily her situation. The next question is Hot Apple Cider. What underhyped book do you want to see become the next hottest thing? And for this question, I actually picked another graphic novel. I picked 5 centimeters per second by Makoto Shinkai. And this book is actually more underhyped than I thought it would be. On Goodreads, it has less than 1,000 reviews, which I think is, you know, relatively small compared to some of the other larger books that have like 600,000 reviews or something, like just massive popular books. And it talks about two people who were once really close, but they were driven apart by family feud and family disagreements, but they managed to keep in touch via their letters. But they drift apart and they have conflicts between, you know, should I keep in touch with this person or should I move on with my own life? And the ending is just so sad and so, like, it hit me over the head really hard. And it was just so sad, but it was also so beautiful. It was kind of like Grave of the Fireflies in that it was so sad and you saw it coming, but it was just beautiful and it was immaculate. And I really wish that more people knew about this book. The weather has turned cold and it's time to cover up. What is the most embarrassing cover of a book that you would like to keep hidden when you are in public? And for this question, I picked two series. The first series that I picked is, of course, the 50 Shades of Grey series, because there is one of the books that just has like a pair of handcuffs on it. And I'm just like, oh, it's just there. for you to see. And the other series I chose for this question is a pretty similar series. It's the Crossfire series by Sylvia Day. It has similar objects that are in similar lighting on the cover. Again, I wouldn't really want to read this in front of, say, like my grandma. And the last question is pumpkin spice. What is your favorite fall comfort food or foods? And for this question, of course, I had to pick cinnamon buns. Cinnamon buns are just so warm and so toasty. If you were wondering, this friend of mine, she is actually a big cinnamon bun. You can see her cinnamon swirl and she's just so cute. I love her. She's my princess. Cinnamon buns are my favorite fall comfort food. You know, the frosting or whatever and glaze is all fantastic, but when you get to that little inside part of the swirl that is like ooey and gooey and a little bit like doughy and undercooked, it's maybe like one of my top 5 favorite things in the whole world. Like things. General things is that little like inside of the cinnamon bun. Alright, so that wraps it up for this tag. Just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!